This is London, a city that 23 Texas Tech students visited as a part of the Media and Communication Maymester Study Abroad program. It is open to all majors and classifications. The courses change every other year and can range from digital production to journalism to communication studies. It is also a faculty-led program. This year, Dr. Sadoff and Dr. Stone guided our adventures for the courses Rhetoric of War and Remembrance and Audio Production. Assignments included recording audio and interviewing people at every site we visited to create a short radio newsreel focusing on London landmarks, history, and World War II, then edited through Adobe Audition. Most of the students had traveled abroad before participating in this program, but only a handful had not. Many students were surprised by London's similarities to and differences from the United States.
The hustle and bustle is really exciting to me. I think it's not just really surprised me, but I think it's cool, interesting that it makes it feel like New York City and kind of like an American town.
For me, like when I'm not at a big site like St. Paul's or something, like I really feel like I'm just like in the States. Like I feel like I'm in New York or something. Like it just feels very, I don't know, modern or updated.
It surprised me a little bit because it reminds me of New York City, and I didn't think there could be another New York City, but there are some definite differences. Like in London, there'll be a huge building, but then also a really pretty building right next to it, which you don't really see in New York. But it did surprise me how much it does remind me of New York.
It's a lot more international than I thought, I guess. Because, I mean, I came here to experience, English culture, but at the same time, you're experiencing so many other cultures. Because there's so many different things, people here. It's kind of like the New York City of Europe almost.
I would say the thing that surprises me the most is communication. Even though we speak the same language, everybody here is much quieter, doesn't have much facial expressions like we do, and so you kind of feel like you're the one not communicating properly, but it's just a miscommunication. So, and there's a lot of people here that aren't from London that also speak different languages and whatnot, and accents, so I would say that the communication has been a lot different than I thought it would be. I thought it would be easier.
I suppose the buildings itself. I mean, in Texas, it's so spacious, it's really awesome. You have all the room in the world, but here they build up, while in Texas we build out, so that was like a really big difference for me.
I would really say the hotel that we're staying in. It kind of surprised me. It's a little different because in the States, they give you a key or an access card and you immediately just go check into your room and you just carry it around with you. But this hotel, you gotta check your key back in every time you leave in order so that they don't have to worry about changing locks. The way their power works is different. You have to have a key for your power, and if you take that key out, your power in your room will turn off, and every single light switch has a button. So it's a little different, and as far as transportation, it's kind of interesting going on the tubes and on buses.
It surprised me that people drive really small cars. You don't see trucks or SUVs or anything. That's interesting to me. As far as like food and culture, the food has been really good. So many people told me that it was going to be bland, but I actually really enjoy it.
The food is different. It's more clean. It's more green. It tastes better. They're more health conscious. It's not super expensive to eat healthy here. Everything's expensive, but healthy versus non-healthy, it's about the same.
Because the program is structured for 2 weeks with courses taught by university faculty, this program and others like it may be a great starting place for students who want to study abroad but aren't interested in staying for a long period of time.
I always wanted to leave the country, and I thought this was like a good first step because London's pretty similar to New York and other places in America, so I figured this was a good place to start before going to places like Ecuador or anything crazy like that.
I actually had a friend who did the trip last year, and she recommended it to me, and I love London, so I was like, I can get credit and go to a city I love.
Well, I've always wanted to study abroad, and I thought it was a great opportunity, especially for my major because it has to do with media and comm, and and I don't know, I just thought it'd be a great experience and meeting people and traveling abroad.
I wanted to experience for 2 whole weeks what actually was going on in London, since I didn't get to experience it all that much last time I was here. Also, I'm really invested and interested in the cultures and the way kind of the city works. It's something that's super different and interesting to most places in the world, especially people who are in the United States.
I wanted to get that cultural experience outside of the classroom, and I felt like that was the best way to get it.
I thought that it would give me a wider range of culture and it would help me with my audiography skills.
A lot was it the curriculum, Dr. Stone's audio angle towards this London trip kind of sold me on it. I really enjoyed his advanced audio production course, and I thought this would kind of be an extension of that, so I was really excited about that. Plus I love traveling, and I've always wanted to visit the UK, and it just was kind of the perfect storm.
I've always wanted to go to London. You know, no matter what the study abroad program was, I'd obviously have to see where it is, and that was an instant attraction right there. Also, with the credits that I take in this class, it would double count as a course B, which made me be able to graduate on time in August. And also, the professors who are going to be on the class, Dr. Stone is a great guy. I've never actually met him, but I've always wanted to take one of his classes. And I thought going abroad would be an awesome experience.
It started out with looking at the Scotland and Ireland one with Jared Foster and Robert Peasley. And I saw the credits that were available for this. And by doing this, it helps knock out the rest of them. And I thought it'd be really cool to learn while traveling in London.
I really liked the teachers, and I knew that London was a place I really wanted to go. And I enjoyed the courses, and it worked for my schedule, so I decided to come on the trip.
I thought that the content of this program really is apropos of what I wanted to do with my life. I want to work in museums, so the Rhetoric of War and Remembrance was really important to me, and I thought that the teachers that were in it and the opportunities that we get to do on this trip were really exciting, and it was going to be a really good experience to come visit London with a guided tour with people that could teach me more about the culture and more about the environment, which I thought was really cool.
I graduated in December, and I wanted to get a study abroad experience in before I graduated. Just wanted kind of the perfect amount of time. You don't have to be away from home too long, and you also get to go to London, which is pretty much endless things to see here. So.
We visited many popular London attractions like the British Museum, the Tower of London, Windsor Castle, Oxford, St. Paul's Cathedral, Westminster Abbey, and Harry Potter Studios. We also explored the Churchill War Rooms, the underground bunker in which Winston Churchill worked as Prime Minister during World War II, the Imperial War Museum featuring items from World War I and II, and a walking tour of war memorials located around London to learn more for the Rhetoric of War and Remembrance course. We toured the travel magazine production company, Inc., the radio and news facilities at the BBC in Birmingham, the music department at City University of London, and a walking tour of the birthplace of journalism in London, Fleet Street, for the audio production course. This year was also very special as Dr. Sadoff honored his father and others that fought in World War II at a Memorial Day service at the Cambridge American Cemetery. Later that day, we visited the small town of Eye, a former U.S. Air Force base during World War II. Out of all of the places we visited, the students still chose a favorite.
Hyde Park kind of amazed me. I've been to Central Park in New York, and to me, I prefer Hyde Park here in London. I thought it was the most beautiful park I've ever been to. Very gorgeous and green. It's really big. There's a lot to do there, a lot to look at, and people there are just really nice and vibing out, having a good time.
I was actually looking forward to today, which totally did not disappoint. It was the Windsor Castle, and it was amazing. Everything was awesome. We got to see the Queen's dollhouses, the state apartments, all these amazing history and stuff. It was awesome.
I would say St. Paul's, the church. Yeah. They have the stairs that you can go up to the Whispering Gallery, and then you can stand on the other side of a room and whisper, and then hear the voice of that person all the way from across the room.
St. Paul's Cathedral, probably, because the architecture was insane, and I've never seen anything like that. And it was just huge. And then also Parliament. Parliament was awesome.
St. Paul's was pretty cool. That was really awesome to be able to take communion, but the royal wedding was awesome.
I think the royal wedding because it's something that I will never get to do again, and being able to do it with all my fellow Texas Tech students has been amazing.
Fleet Street, I feel like, is a great place for me because it's close, and it reminds me a lot of New York. And New York is like all these places, all these buildings stacked up upon each other. And there's like place. There's people around. There's trains. There's cars. That's what I like.
So I really like the Inc. Global, just because that's kind of like what I want to do with my career field. So I thought that was very beneficial for me. Kind of gave me a inside look at what it is to work for a company like that, like a media company. So I really enjoyed that.
I really liked the BBC tour because it was so interactive. It kept me alert and it was exciting.
Honestly, I would say this is downright the best one. Right now we are at the BBC's news building in Birmingham, England. And we get to see all of the like Doctor Who stuff that's here. We get to see everything that they've done. But aside from this, the next best one would definitely have to be going to the Harry Potter studios.
Ooh, I think it's the Harry Potter tour, or the Oxford tour is really cool too, but I love Harry Potter, I read the books growing up and watched the movies and everything, so Harry Potter is really high on my list of my favorite things we did.
Probably my favorite was going to the making of Harry Potter.
Probably here, the Harry Potter studios.
Right here, both. Both of those answers. Right here at the Warner Brothers Studios, Harry Potter.
Though all the students enjoyed their time here in London, a few had some concerns, and others made suggestions for improvement.
I would have liked an itinerary ahead of time, but that's just the planner in me, just wanting to know what we're doing, kind of being nosy about it. But it's kind of cool to have it be a surprise every day of what we're doing.
Probably just make sure people are more on time so we can meet all of our destinations. But it's the first 1 or 2 days here. There's going to be some bumps along the way, so it's to be expected. But the only thing I would change is hold people a little bit more accountable and make sure they're on time.
The museums, if they're going to go to museums a whole lot, they need to have an assignment that's more engaging and not as much do this and then do whatever you want, because when you do that, everyone's going to kind of zone out and be like, oh, well, there's more stuff I can go do outside of a museum. So you're just looking at history and artwork of people you never know. So if they want you to go enjoy a museum, they should have you at least know something about it before you get there.
I think there needs to be some days that they should give the students a little more discretion on like what we do as far as tours go, maybe letting us have a vote on some things, maybe a little more flexibility. But overall, I think they've done a good job setting up the program.
Maybe just give some time for like roaming around, stuff like that. Other than that, no, all the tours were great. Everything was great. It's just, I feel like we need more time at certain places.
I would say maybe just like take a few things out and put in a little more free time or longer days at certain things to really experience it, because things like Windsor would have been really nice to have a whole day there to explore the town and the castle, but it was kind of rushed, so.
I mean, our days are long. I mean, it's a Maymester, that's what you have to understand, so everything, two museums a day usually. So, I mean, I'm tired, my feet are sore, but I mean, it's short, so you kind of have to understand that we got a lot to do, so.
Maybe have like a little introduction class at the beginning, like maybe learn how to use the equipment before, but so far I think it's amazing and the learning curve is really exciting, so.
I think the program was great, and I've learned a ton about audio, which has been very interesting and also warm remembrance. I knew some about the country coming here, but I've learned so much more being immersed in the culture.
I don't know if there's anything I would change. I've had a really great experience so far. I would keep the length the same. I think it's the perfect amount of time.
I wouldn't change anything. This is awesome.
Would they still recommend the program to other students?
I would definitely recommend it. I think everybody should be able to travel, especially abroad, and might as well get credit for it, and it's amazing.
Yes, I would recommend it to all my friends that want to travel to Europe, or that wants to at least get 6 credits before they dip out. But yeah, I do highly recommend this trip.
It's awesome. For my schedule, it's perfect. I can't. I'm taking some classes, so if you want to go abroad, or also taking some classes that are really busy, definitely do a Maymester.
You get 6 hours of credit in like 2 weeks, and you get to see parts of the world you never would otherwise.
Absolutely. I mean, everything I've talked about, the things to do around this awesome city, get to knock out 6 hours, get to do stuff you're capable of doing. A lot of it's audio editing related, and also writing. It's enjoyable. It's work, but it's enjoyable work. And you get to sightsee and visit a huge city, one that's well known and people want to come to, and it's awesome. It's a great time.
I think I would recommend it to students who, it really depends on the classes that are being offered, because for me personally, I'm not an EMC major, so it was kind of hard to get on board with this class that I wasn't really sure what was going on. So I definitely recommend it to people who have experience in that, or whatever the class would be, just because it's hard to pick up on things on your own. But it was a great trip, and I made great friends.
Of course I would. I mean, studying abroad anywhere I feel like is a good idea, but even here, coming to London, it's just been an awesome experience. I've had a great time with the students here, became friends with people that I didn't think I'd become friends with, so I would recommend it to anybody and to go anywhere.
Yeah, definitely. Because I think it's really organized. They really do give you a chance to see like all the main landmarks. It's like our own personal tour, you know. You really get to see everything, and I don't know. I think you end up making a lot of friends. It's really fun.
I would absolutely recommend this program. It's been the perfect experience so far. We're only a few days in. I already would do even just these past few days over again. I've gotten to meet a lot of people already, so there's just nothing that could replace this experience.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. I can't even begin to explain. We've only been here 3 days, and I feel like we've been here for a whole month. We've literally done everything. You know, that's the best part about it, is being with people you never really met before, which makes you come out of your shell a little bit and want to make friends with everybody, you know, see what they're doing. Some people have different tastes than others, and I've learned to try new foods. Didn't even know places that I would go to, but based on some of the kids that we've been with, we've done a lot more stuff. And everybody has different tastes and input, so it all combines into one thing. And it's been really fun so far.
I would definitely recommend this program because it really puts the rest of your semesters at Texas Tech or any other college in perspective. Because usually you're like, oh, I have an assignment, all right, I'm done for a little while, I can wait for the next one. But with this, you have to be on top of everything.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely tell them to be prepared because it's not easy, but I think that it is a great opportunity to broaden your horizons and just get some new perspectives on everything.
I definitely would, because I think it's really important, and studying abroad is like something that I think everyone should do, and I've been learning so much.
I would definitely recommend this program. It is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It's something that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. It's something I'm going to tell my kids. My mom said that if you have the opportunity to go out of the country to go somewhere, do it, because why not?
Most definitely. I mean, this is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that you just need to do. I mean, choose London or Spain or really anywhere in the world, but like get that outside experience, get that culture, something that can't be taught in a classroom.
Studying abroad is a big commitment, but an unforgettable experience. There is a program out there for everyone, no matter your degree or area of interest. This opportunity allows you to experience a new culture, learn in a setting that's different from the typical classroom, and make new friends along the way. If you are thinking about studying abroad, consider the Media and Communication Maymester in London.